I used to overpack for a trip just in case, but then I'd always end up reaching for the same shirt or the same pants. But now that I have been traveling for years, I feel confident enough to say that I can pack minimally. Here's how to pack light and on a carry-on only. Minimalist packing depends on your itinerary as well as your activities. If you plan to be gone for 3 weeks, you're probably going to need a lot more than someone who's only going for 1 week. And if you're swimming every day or going on adventures that will get you dirty, that's going to look different. First, let's talk bags. For my personal item, I usually always carry around my Baggu bag. I like that it's black, so it's very versatile, and it goes with every outfit. Crossbody, it's very comfortable, and I can fit so much in here, like a 24-ounce water bottle. Water is so important to me when I travel, and I feel like this is a good size. It can fit right in there. That is my catch-all bag. That's my day bag. That's what I go out with. And then because I also vlog when I travel, I can put my camera in there perfectly fine. That's my small personal item. When you're going on a flight, you can only bring one personal item. So I usually put this personal item inside my regular personal item. You can go the duffel bag method. This is the Calpak Luca duffel. Or you can go the backpack method. And this is the Béis backpack. Both of these have a travel trolley, which is essential for me. But you really want to be mindful of which bag you choose because it's really going to determine how much you bring. Usually if our bags are bigger, we tend to overpack, while if they're smaller, we rise to the occasion. I once went on a 2-week mission trip with just a backpack, and I went to 4 different islands and 2 different countries. So if there's a will, there's a way. You can totally make it happen. I do find that the Luca duffel is a little too big, and then I tend to want to fill it up with like a jacket and a bunch of extra things I don't really need. Backpacks are one of my favorites. In terms of carry-on, my tried and true is the Away carry-on. I don't have the bigger carry-on. I have the smaller one that fit all airlines. I just don't need a carry-on that could potentially not make it on a flight. My only regret is getting all white. Maya in her 20s was not thinking, because sometimes you do have to check in your carry-on, so I don't suggest getting white. But I love that it's a hard shell and it's really been through a lot of countries with me. I am also the type that prefers carry-on luggages because I feel like it saves a lot of time. When I get off the plane, I can go ahead and exit the airport. I don't need to wait at baggage claim. Also, I don't have to fear that my luggage is going to potentially be lost. There are some situations where you have to bring a check-in luggage, but for the most part, if I can travel with a carry-on, I'm only going to travel with a carry-on. It's also important for me to have a laptop compartment because I am always editing on the go. I need to put my laptop in there. 2, have a packing list. I always have the same exact packing list in my Apple Notes. This allows me to remember I have survived with these items. I can continue to survive. I don't need to add on extra things. Unless I go somewhere that involves swimming, then I know I need to add a swimsuit. I copy and paste this main packing list, and then I make a few adjustments depending on the weather and the activities that I'm going to be doing. And my next tip is to pack a capsule wardrobe. Instead of just throwing random shirts and random pants and thinking, oh, okay, I'm gonna be somewhere for 5 days, I need 5 shirts and 5 pairs of pants. Think about clothes that you can repeat. If I wanna wear it every day, that's fine too, but because I am a content creator, I try to mix and match my outfits. But for example, 3 tops, 2 pants, 1 dress, 1 jacket. That can already make about 10 different outfits if you pick neutral colors. And then if you want to add a layer on top for your own personal style, that's fine too. But we're trying to minimize the amount of clothes we bring. On Pinterest, I like to look up capsule wardrobes and then just kind of see, oh, what do I already have and how can I make this happen? Next is limiting tech. As a content creator, I do need to bring my camera around. Usually if I have my laptop, I don't need my iPad. And one way you can really save space when you are traveling abroad is to actually get an eSIM. When I first went to Korea, I got a pocket Wi-Fi because I didn't understand how eSIMs work. After that one trip, all my friends were like, an eSIM is so easy, it's so helpful to use. I was like, okay, I need to figure this out, and it was so easy. It's so much faster and you don't need space for a pocket Wi-Fi. And of course, when you're traveling, you need to stay connected for navigation. And thank you to Airalo for kindly sponsoring a portion of this video. Airalo provides easy and affordable connectivity to over 200 countries around the world. An eSIM is is a pre-installed SIM that you can do even before you leave on your trip, so that's one less thing to worry about. It works 100% digitally and it'll connect you to that country's telecom right as you land. So you don't need to switch SIM cards, you don't need to get a pocket Wi-Fi. Literally, you just turn it on when you arrive and you're connected. I do have an international plan on my phone with my phone carrier, and it was just so slow compared to having an eSIM. You can also choose how many gigabytes you need and then for how many days, and there's different pricing for all of that. So I love that you can just cater to what you need, and it's a lot more affordable than other options. Usually for me, 10 gigabytes will get me through a week in another country, also because I'm always uploading and doing a lot of things on my phone. But if you don't feel like you'll be using your phone that much outside of just navigating, you can really pick a plan that's gonna work for you and you can save money. So you can just buy the eSIM on the Airalo app directly, and I do have a discount code for you guys to try. So make sure to click the link in my description and you'll be able to save $3 on a plan. Some of these plans are just so affordable. Like, I'm gonna use this for myself. So that is a way to also save space, is to make sure you get an eSIM on your phone. Next is to save space on your toiletries. I always bring travel size. Some people like to only bring the amount they feel like they're going to need for that trip, but I just have one toiletry bag that's always my travel toilet. But I usually just have a toiletry bag that's my travel toiletry bag. I just leave it in my suitcase. I don't even have to think about it. I don't even have to think about packing it, because it's already there and it has everything I need. When it comes to skincare, I also am a little high maintenance on that, but I do try to get the small bottles to make it all fit. But again, if you don't need a lot, just remember that hotels also have it too. Next is smart folding. I usually like to pack my items by outfit and not by item. If I have all my pants in one area, all my shirts in one area, then I have to think about what was I trying to wear. But if I pack it by outfit, then you can put it together and roll it up. That way you don't need to unpack a bunch of different things. You can just grab from one corner of, hey, this is an entire outfit. Next are packing cubes. You can really squeeze in a lot and zip it up. Packing cubes are really helpful because you can organize your clothes, and when you roll it up and put it in, you can fit a lot more rather than just folding them. It also prevents wrinkles. Now, compression packing cubes are helpful for a lot of people. I do tend to only want to bring like 1 or 2 packing cubes, so I do stuff them quite a bit, and I found that it was hard for me to compress them. But I should give it another try. Next tip is to wear your bulkiest clothes. Usually on my flight, I will wear my sweatpants and a sweater, any sneakers, things like that I usually will wear on the flight. Next is don't worry about what if items. Sometimes we think, oh, what if I need this? I don't really plan on needing it, but what if I do? But when it comes to a just in case item, if you really needed it, you can get it there. There's nothing that's incredibly pressing that you cannot find anywhere else. And if there is an item like that, then that should probably be on your priority list. Next is laundry tablets. A lot of the countries I've been to, the hotels will have laundry machines, and it's helpful to just have your own laundry detergent. So I have Blue Land's laundry tablets. They are lifesavers. I just put it in a little Ziploc bag and I take them with me. And then just one tablet is enough for one load. Instead of stuffing a giant wallet with a bunch of cash, I actually like to just use credit cards that have no foreign transaction fees. Unless a place doesn't accept card, of course, then you'll need cash. And always withdraw in the country's currency, not in your home currency. I feel like in Europe, I really did not need cash at all, but in Asia, there are some places that still prefer cash over card. So usually when I go to a country where I know I'm not gonna need cash, I just bring a little card holder. And the last tip is to choose your shoes wisely. My last few trips, I actually only brought 1 pair of shoes. That was all I wore. And you just wanna make sure that they're comfy. Some people like to say you wanna bring 2 pairs so you could switch them up, and it's going to alleviate any foot pain because you're wearing different types of shoes. But I only brought my New Balance 530s to Korea and Japan, and my feet not hurt. That was all I wore, and it was great. So be very mindful of the shoes that you're wearing. Don't test out new shoes in another country. Make sure you wear them before you go and see if you actually can withstand a long amount of hours in those shoes. So I hope these minimalist packing habits will help you on your next trip, and hopefully you have more space to bring back some stuff. If you like what you see, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you later. Bye!